You're listening to Oilersnation Radio, presented by the Nation Network. Subscribe for free on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Welcome to the Tuesday episode of Oilers Nation Radio. Gang's all here. Bag Milk, Rick, Tyler, Liam, Dan. Much to discuss, even though it hurts our hearts sometimes, but we'll get through it. Welcome to the Tuesday episode of Oilers Nation Radio. We're going to kick things off with a delicious debate for our friends at Wendy's. Couple of things about Wendy's. Stay tuned for how would you describe the game, Tyler?
A crossover between a survivor pool and player props.
It's the Wendy's Daily Face-Off, a Survivor fantasy game is going to be launching right away. So watch out for all Nation properties, all Nation socials. We'll be telling you how to play. There's going to be plenty of prizes that you can win. There's going to be food you can win. And in the meantime, watch out for some content we're going to be making for our friends at Wendy's coming this week on all the Oilers Nation socials. I'm very, very excited about it because I get to eat some delicious Wendy's food.
Yes.
Cheeseburgers specifically. Very, very excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Baked potatoes.
I'll dig it.
Baked potatoes.
I can get in that.
Love a baked potato from Wendy's. Liam, did you try the taco salad?
Not yet.
Side of chili.
Yes, please.
And a frosty?
Strawberry or watermelon lemonade.
Do they still have like the potato and the chili?
Got you.
Because I remember that's like back in the days when it was like they had the green room or whatever, you know, the little... You're old enough to know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that down the one side. It used to just be like windows.
A green room at Wendy's?
It felt like a greenhouse. Like it was all just windows.
It was like a sunroom.
Oh,
yeah, sunroom. That's the right word.
I know what you mean. Like an indoor-outdoor room.
A little bit. It was like it was a sunroom. Like all the restaurants in the 90s had that.
Yeah, Dairy Queen always had
Pizza
them too.
Hut would have.
Bring back the sunroom, I say.
Yeah.
Bring back the pizza. Oh, are we allowed to say that? The pizza buffet? Oh.
Are we allowed to say that? Yes.
You said them first.
Hey,
then you put that in my head.
Buffet. Wendy's buffet.
I would
legit.
I'll bring some Baconators
burger
too.
buffet would be legit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Fresh, never frozen Canadian beef.
Ooh. Come on. You
Bring
get
my
your
eating
Wendy's
pants.
burger buffet. And then at the end of the burger buffet, you got your baked potato bar.
And then a machine that dispenses Frosty.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Are you a fries into frosty type of person?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen that before, but I don't like.
I've done it. I've done it. It's
I like to keep them separate.
It's like a weird mix of
They're good fries.
They are good fries.
Yeah, they're good for. I mean, everything's good.
Everything's good at Wendy's.
Their nuggets are on
Good
for
breakfast, too.
$3.49.
They have good breakfast.
You can get their French toast sticks all day.
Anytime I say they have good
Ooh.
breakfast, Tyler just perks right up and he's got something in his head. I love it.
French toast stick sounds lovely. Anyways, watch out for some Wendy's related content coming soon. And the Wendy's Daily Face-Off, a Survivor game, will be launching ASAP. Watch out for all our socials. We are going to get it. Tyler, our friends at Wendy's, and Dave Thomas specifically.
Yes.
What do you have for a delicious debate today?
Who is going to step up with Connor McDavid out of the lineup?
Well, I mean, interesting question, because I'd say there's a handful of guys that just need to step up regardless of who's in
Liam
the
would like
lineup.
to go to VAR, actually. He just announced with his hands.
Yeah. A lot of hand stuff going
Anybody
on.
stick out first thing when you think of who needs to step up with Connor out?
I'm not saying this because this guy hasn't played well.
Sure, sounds like you are.
About it. I think Ryan Nugent-Hopkins needs to step up in the sense of the Oilers are going 11-7 tonight. He's probably going to rotate a lot more than he would typically, right?
Yeah.
So I'll say Nuge needs to step up and just kind of maybe just elevate his game slightly than he has, because he's been fantastic to start the season. Out of everyone, Nuge seems to be the forward that's been consistent throughout 5 games now.
I'm jumping in next because I'm selfish. Evander Kane, he has 1 assist through 5 games. Buddy, we need you to score.
Yep.
We need you to get some points. We need you to bang some bodies. We need you to crash and do all the things that we love about Evander Kane's game. Absolutely needed, especially with Connor out of the lineup. Evander Kane is my pick for who needs to step up the most. Nation Dan, who you got?
Well, I was going to say Evander Kane, but I think that the easier answer is to just say all the wingers together. You know, we've been clamoring for them to find some offense before this. Well, you sure as shoot need to do it now, because the guy that stirs your drink isn't there for a couple weeks, possibly.
Rick, who you got?
You guys are like, it's the whole team. No one else. No, this team does not look good enough right now where you can sit there and look at one person and go, hey, you, hey, you, hey, you. The whole team needs to be better. And I think that without a guy like Connor, you lose that safety net, right? You can't go, well, it doesn't matter. Connor will go score for us, well, something like that. Mm-hmm. You're going to see something different from them. And when it comes to Kane, I think you saw a bit of it last game. He wasn't very happy with how much he played in the first period. Well, guess what? You want to play? Go out and play your game. You'll get more minutes. He fought. He was banging bodies. So I think he was taking that step outside of the score sheet. But the whole team needs to be better.
Tyler, you got
2 answers. The first one, we should talk a little bit about Leon Draisaitl, right? Like, this is a guy who...
How handsome he is?
Yeah. Outside of Edmonton, there's always a lot of power play merchant, only good because he has to play with McDavid, right? Not a true superstar. Okay, well, you have 2 games here. Like, giddy up. Right? Like if you're Draisaitl, this is your chance to go nuclear for a couple games and kind of puff your chest out a little bit and be like, hey, put some respect on my name, right? Like I'm up there. I'm that guy. I'm capable of being a superstar. The other one that I'll throw in here
Cash money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the button I wanted.
Respect on my name.
There you go.
The other one is Jack Campbell. I think if you're going to survive this stretch from Connor McDavid without Connor McDavid, isn't this a great time for a goalie to go on a heater and pitch a shutout? Maybe have a game where
I'd say either goalie, really.
Well, yeah, I don't care which one. I'm just saying Campbell because I know he's starting tonight. But like, let's go goalies, right? Like, you can get through this stretch winning some 3-1.
You can get through a lot
games.
of bad shit if your goalies are hot.
Yeah, so like, let's go. Goalies, carry us through.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too bad what happened last game with Skinner because he actually played well enough to win that game for the Oilers, and then that could have maybe been a ripple effect onwards for him, but Jack Campbell's been pretty good this year.
They both have been okay.
All things considered. Yeah, they've both been.
Skinner has been below average.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Campbell.
You just said, is he okay or is he below average? I was like,
the last game was good. I would say the last game was above average, but his game against Vancouver when he came in was below average. And then his start against Vancouver was also below average. So he's been okay.
See, I think, you know what, this guy... I can't sit here and look at the goalies yet because the guys in front of them aren't playing well enough.
What about when they adventure?
I don't mind that very much because it does end up usually more than 50% working in our behalf. And sometimes it's gonna not work.
It's less than 50%.
And I stay there. I did this the whole time with Mike Smith. Mike Smith would do something. Everybody wanted to sit there and wring his neck as soon as he made a mistake. But then you remember the San Jose game?
But I would say with Mike Smith though, he always did it.
And he had elite puck handling skills. Stu doesn't have
and
that.
yet people still shit on him every time he made a mistake. Yeah, but I'm sitting here exactly with what Leon said.
I agree with what Leon said. 100%.
I do too.
But I would just say, like, to quote Steve Dangle.
Nope. I'm not saying nope.
10 the goal.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Of course, 10 the goal, but I also want you to go and handle the puck like this.
But that decision was dumb.
No, that was
it was bad.
He was hesitant when he had to go through the puck. He should have gone all the way through the puck. He got a little hesitant at the very second.
What's his name? Just grabbed the puck and Stu was in net. He would have just skated around the outside of it.
Tried to kill the penalty, but also if you watch the video back, Nurse is beating him to the puck and then sees Skinner coming. Is like, what do I do?
Call him off.
But you can't because your goalie's already halfway there.
Yes, you can go. I got it. They don't talk. No. You think they talk enough on the ice?
I agree too.
I think
in that scenario, you can't, your goalie's halfway out. You can't be like, turn around. And like, you're already fucked. Everything's fucked already.
Gone.
As soon as Skinner hesitates and then makes a decision to go out, the whole thing.
The hesitation was at the very last second.
It was when the hesitation should have never happened because he never should have come for the puck. You got to trust.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good with my goalie going for the puck.
Nurse is the best skating defenseman on this team. And you need to trust him to get that puck, which he was going to.
There's also a power play. So like Vancouver shorthanded isn't trying to drive that to the crease. They're probably trying to kill.
When it's a power play though, doesn't your goaltender go and play the puck more often?
Not in that situation.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
I'm okay with it.
Generally, I'm okay.
No, hey, listen. Sometimes it's not gonna work out. But I'm not against that. I'm all for making the aggressive maneuvers.
I guess the problem I have with it is just like you're comparing Stu to Mike Smith. But Mike Smith was elite with the puck from that position. Stu's just not.
We've seen it. The other time I can recall was, again, I think it was New Jersey. It happened last season too. Where he would go to play the puck, he mishandles it, and it ends up in the back of the net. He's not good at it yet, but he's only his second year goalie in the league, and it's fine. But like,
so are we saying don't do it or do it?
If you make a mistake with the puck behind your net where the goalie's supposed to go and like stop the puck, I can forgive that. But but I can't forgive Stuart Skinner coming out to almost the blue line to play the puck.
It wasn't even at the face-off dot.
An exaggeration, but still, like, it was a bad position for him to be. It was.
And it cost him a game.
That did not cost them a game.
Well,
They were winning.
Pardon?
They were winning.
It might have cost them a goal for sure, but if you don't think the rest of those guys should be out there scoring more goals, I think that's a little bit silly.
I think so,
you're
too.
playing Connor Hellebuck though, like easier said than done.
What did we do to them last year?
Still,
The Oilers had lost 7 of their last 10 before Saturday's game.
I'm sitting here looking at this team. They're an offensive team. They're supposed to score. That's our biggest problem right now.
Well, that is 100% a problem, but like Stu can also be a problem.
They can, yeah, that was a mistake. Fine.
Yeah,
It was absolutely a
it was
mistake. That's nothing more than that.
and the
but it was.
goalies,
Cost
you
them.
know, I think the goalies haven't been terrible to start the year. I'm not
Nope.
saying they have, but they also haven't been great.
They've been average.
Yeah. So over this next stretch here, if you don't have Connor, I think your offense is likely going to be average. So you need another part of your game to step up, which is why my answer is the goalies.
Yeah, I think they can still be above average even without Connor. I think they're good enough.
They
Yeah,
should
probably to some extent.
Like yesterday, was that on Real Life? You did this yesterday? Where you were talking about the last time Connor was out and we had Riley Sheehan as the second.
that first line wasn't terrible, but the fall off between first to second line was, dude, that was astronomical.
None of those guys are in the NHL anymore. Archibald,
Yeah.
Sheahan,
That was
Cassian.
9 guys where you'd be like, okay, you know, like have a push-up contest, the 3 winners, you're our 4th line tonight. Nobody's going to lines 2 and 3. It was, yeah, that was something else.
So to your Rick's point, like the Oilers should be able to weather this better than
Yes.
they ever have before.
Yes.
But you need some guys to get going. Evander Kane, obviously
You need
a
a lot of
candidate.
guys.
Everybody.
Connor Brown's got to start find that scoring touch.
Listen, we are at game 6. 3.25 million bones is hitting the books next week or next year. He's got to get going.
Can I read the lines from the last time McDavid
Please.
was out? People didn't see it. So the first line was decent. Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Yamamoto. And the rest of it is
Then what happened?
very fun.
Yeah, then what happened?
And this is where we go back to the decade of darkness.
Yeah, crazy. So second line was Josh Archibald, Riley Sheehan, Zach Cassian.
That is a reasonably effective.
What
fourth
year
line.
was this though? Because I want to know which.
2020.
Oh, this is 3 years after 2017, Zach,
Yeah,
too.
February
Ooh.
2020. They went 3-2-1 during the stretch. Third line, Jujhar Khaira, Colby Cave, and Patrick Russell. Fourth line is Sam Gagner, Gaetan Haas, and Alex Chason. I know what everyone's thinking at home. Surely there was other players that were injured and rotated through. Well, I'll let you know. The 2 forwards that rotated through that system during this point, Tyler Benson into the top 6.
Right?
Smart.
Marcus Granlund onto the 4th line.
Dry toast?
Dry toast.
Wow.
Toast, he was in there.
That was it. And the Oilers went 3-2-1 on a very impressive road trip.
What was their goal? Can
Where
you pull
was
the goal?
James Neal?
Can you pull up the goaltending numbers from there? Because if they were average, then I expect this team to go
Well, here you go.
6-0.
I'll tell you the results. So they beat Chicago at home 5-3. Mike Smith was in goal.
Right.
Game 2, they lost 3-1 to Tampa Bay.
Understandable.
Pretty sure that was an empty net goal if I remember correctly too. Mike Smith was in goal. Game 3, they beat Florida on the road. Mikko Koskinen 4-1.
Mikko Koskinen masterclass.
And
Attaboy.
then they beat.
And that was the game Cassian was suspended for kicking.
That's right. And that's why
Yeah, that
Tyler.
was it. He got
That's why
suspended.
Tyler
Yeah,
Benson
yeah.
got a spot in the second.
Who was kicking?
That was when Cass got suspended.
Remember
for
when he
kicking.
kicked that dude in the chest?
Oh, yeah, I do kind of.
Just a little kick. It wasn't that.
It was a
big of
push with the
deal.
foot.
I mean, and also people were like, he could have killed him. And I'm like, well,
It was a push with the foot.
Bare chest with skate blade. That's a cavity opening.
Let's bring a chest protector down.
Yeah.
that's a weird one to think back of because I forgot about it until just now. But then I remember the video clear as day in my head of him being like, "Hiya!"
See, it was a push with the foot. Also, I said it that I remember going over the podcast. And you know what? Now that you brought it up and you said what it, I was like, no, I remember this was a push with the foot. Still, it should definitely be the suspension, but what not a kick.
It was just like when
4 games.
it was just like when Steve McIntyre pushed Radis Ivanins' face with his fist.
Yeah,
It was the old fist push.
Yep.
Or Cassian pushed Gagner's face with his stick.
Well, Sam's a little
They
short.
went
He was
on
in
to
the
beat Carolina 4-3 in
good
Carolina. in
stupid
overtime.
Carolina.
What a win.
They lost 2-1 to Boston in Boston in overtime. And then they lost 5-3 to Minnesota at home. And that was their wrap. Not bad.
I want to hear from you. For our friends at Wendy's, they also want to hear from you. Who needs to step up the most in Connor McDavid's absence? Is it Evander Kane? Is it the goalies? Someone on the back end? Maybe just someone will score in the third period. That might be nice. 5 games and counting.
That's makes no
sad.
sense.
It makes zero sense. How do you not even accidentally get one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, I'd love to see a third period Golden Knight.
Well, let's dive into what happened the other night for our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Races every Friday and Saturday at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. The buffet is open and it is delicious. You want some roast beef? Get it in you. You want to bet on the ponies? Shark Week's running. You know he's, what would you say about Shark Week, the horse? He's dominant?
He's got a
Hungry for it?
bite to him.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Century Grill Racetrack and Casino. Go have yourself a weekend every Friday and Saturday. There's races right up until New Year's Eve. Come on. Then go downstairs, a couple of spins. Maybe find the Wheel of Fortune game. You win your retirement. That's the plan. That's the dream. Let's talk about the game against Winnipeg just a little bit. I actually thought the Oilers played pretty well for the most part. Roared out to a 2-0 lead. Nice goal by Darryl. Nice goal by Boosh. Thinking things are going. We had a packed house here at Nation HQ to watch the game.
It was loaded up in here.
It was nice.
Great
It was fun. And then they just couldn't get another one. And then
That's been a thing for a bit. They need to get that third. They get that third goal, and it's yeah. The separation between goals 2 and 3 are like what you just said with lines 1 and 2, and the last time was Connor out. It's just a massive gap. All of a sudden, we don't get that third goal. It's troublesome.
Well, and it felt like that too in the game. Like in the first period, it felt like the Oilers were really pushing for that third goal towards the end of the period, and it just didn't come.
But they also sometimes, and it kind of that's like the Nashville game. Go for the throat.
yes,
Yeah.
killer instinct.
Like,
Push
and
the
I don't
foot-
care if it's
push the head
17 to
under the
1. I don't care if it's 17 to 1. Keep going.
Well, and it's
Two goals. And then they almost seem like they don't want to score on the team again and try and like, well, keep it here and just like globetrotter around the out. No, keep going.
I think Connor Hellebuck just played really damn good, guys.
That also happened.
Well, and I
sure.
think the team too you deserve giving the Oilers more credit for going out and doing exactly what we said they need to do, which is punch people in the face and throw the body around. And they started doing that too. They started to, the broadcast, I think, mentioned it like, oh, the two teams seem to not like each other all of a sudden again. And after that point, it seemed like there was a little bit more sandpaper to the game again. So
I've never liked them.
give them the credit, give the Oilers credit for coming out and trying. But yeah, you sometimes you're going to lose to Connor Hellebuck on the night where
I think that if the Oilers play like that, more often than not, the results will go our way. I think. I don't think that's unfair to say.
No, I completely agree.
But sometimes you run into Connor Hellebuck and you can't get the third one.
And
Josh Morrissey's goal, what are you going to do? There's all kinds of traffic through from the point. By the way, he's so fucking good. It's annoying.
And he was like a good defenseman. And then since the start of last year, it's like, holy shit, he's like one of the best defensemen in the league, like snapped his fingers. It's
I feel like
crazy.
his path was just so blocked in Winnipeg. Guys like Dustin Bufflin was there, right? So
Bufflin's been gone for a while now.
Was he a
But
Sharks
he's been
pick
like
or was he
now
a Jets from the start?
He was a Jet.
Jets
Jet, I
From the
think.
start? Got it.
13th overall.
Wow.
PA boy.
PA Raider.
Pretty impressive.
Unfortunately, the thing that everybody was talking about towards the end of the game, yes, Oilers lost. Connor McDavid, like an oblique injury? We're guessing, obviously.
A bum injury.
He got a sword, took us.
So I just, my mind immediately went back to the Evander Kane collision from the game before when I saw it. When I saw him go down and go out, I thought, man, is this still lingering?
See, it looks to be more knee, and he's grabbing like almost behind where his kidney was.
Am I insane for thinking he hasn't looked like McDavid to start the year? Like he has 8 points in 5 games, but like
No, he's had a lot of like through passes that have not worked, and like on the power
he's
play.
felt off.
I won't go that far just because I feel like it might be convenient of me to feel that way now because I didn't feel that before.
No, but there's been some like one-touch passes on the power play that have not made it through that normally make it through. And I don't know. I'm not sitting here saying that it has anything to do with anything else.
But who on this team has looked 100%?
Nobody.
So,
Yeah, fair enough.
Holloway.
So I don't know.
At the start of last season, wasn't he similar, if I remember correctly?
No, last year they were going.
No, we
Ridiculous.
last year. We started with the flu talk. We started with the flu talk
did
early
we?
on.
Yeah, there was something going on. I remember now.
Maybe he's just a slow starter.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, slow at 8 points.
It's hilarious to like have this discussion. But last year to start the season, McDavid scored a hat trick on opening night, had 5 goals in the first 4 games and 10 points.
Slow start.
No, last year he was going nuts, and we were sitting here like.
Well, then it must have happened like November,
Because
December.
it was him and Leon last year that both were like going nuts off the
those
hop.
two were just dominant, leaving a wake of terror behind them.
Yeah.
And then they cooled down in the secondary scoring, couldn't kind of pick it up.
And I literally remember us sitting here on this podcast and being like, are they sick? And we were all like, are we just fucking saying that because things are
We're used to them
homers,
scoring 13 goals a game.
So anyway, Connor out. Muscular issue per Jay Woodcroft.
upper body?
Will he be back for the Heritage Classic?
Well, Liam, when asked about that very question, Jay Woodcroft said, I've learned when it comes to Connor, nothing is off the table. I think the way I took the news, I tried to kind of hint towards it after the game on Saturday. We think it's something a little more muscular than anything. Sometimes it just takes more time than anything. I take that as good news, and that time frame is good news. We'll see how it goes. He just has to get healthy.
You know, one thing I don't think is being fully considered in all of this when he's like coming back for his Heritage game, like it's going to be cold. And like muscles don't exactly thrive in coldness, especially when
wear an extra pair of
Hold on. The last size, well,
Little deep heat. If Shaq taught me anything, you just pop one of those icy hot patches on your back and you'll be fine.
First it gets icy to dull the pain, then it gets hot.
What is that?
Wow.
None of these are Shaq.
I didn't know Shaq was in the room with us.
Refill your Epson Eco Tank. Whatever the fuck else he does.
Feel
No,
free
we
to
gotta-
check on our YouTube later to make sure that was Tyler, not Shaq.
Listen, YouTube, this is not a copyright flag. That was Shaq.
We're going to show out. One of them is going to be a check from Icy Hot. Just, hey, we appreciate you guys having Shaq on to do the ad read.
right now the low is -4 and the high is 2. So it's really,
And I think it
gonna
gets
be
hotter
really
as the day
close.
goes on.
But allegedly, but I will say, and to Liam's point, I think that there's no reason to rush him back for the Heritage Classic.
All right, best ways Connor McDavid can make an entrance. You
Lower
look
him from a helicopter down onto center ice.
in the middle of performing Burn It to the Ground. Chad Kruger rips off a mask. It was Connor singing the whole time. He's already in his skates. He goes up,
Shoots
plays.
up out of the stage, fucking melts a solo,
Yes.
and then he goes and scores the winner.
Or another epic way to do it. Do you remember that thing that we talked about last year, the big ski jump thing? What was that called again?
The FIA Big Air World Cup.
Yes. What
And
if
the
they
Tyler
build
would-
that again and be like, oh, we have an event next week, like we just need to get ahead of it. And it really is Connor McDavid at the top.
don't worry about this large ramp in the background, guys. This is something for like, yes.
I didn't even see it there. Oh, you're right. There is a ramp.
McDavid comes down, literal flames down the side of it as he like goes down and is like falls onto the ice with his skis, and he takes off his helmet and he's, oh my god, it's Connor McDavid.
They announce him in the starting lineup, and at that moment, Hunter the Lynx takes off his head to reveal he's McDavid.
Or on the big screen, they showed like the Telus building or something. You're like, why are you showing the Telus building in the middle of this game? It doesn't make sense. And then you see a man on the roof, kind of like Drake in the Views cover. And then Connor leaps off the roof and parasails with one of those turnable
Pulling the little
thingies,
Parachute, yeah.
lands right in the middle of Commonwealth Stadium.
Oh,
Who saw that coming?
goosebumps.
A lot of good ways for this to be done,
He's
Oilers.
got to practice that. Must be doing it at night so no one can see.
Yeah,
In all reality, I want him to play because it'll be so electric when they announce him into the starting lineup.
Oh, it would be so cool. I do honestly have visions of Nickelback just playing like whatever it is.
How you
We're
remind
going
me.
out tonight.
And like McDavid's like sprinting into the ice from the thing, and it's, oh my goodness.
Or he goes,
Cameraman.
look at this photograph, and it's Connor coming out as part of the photograph.
Ooh.
You know,
Gracious. So many options.
there's man. Why has nobody from OEG contacted us about our ideas?
He just does the Mike Smith.
Oh, the Mike Smith, like, but I need the Steve Austin glass break.
Oh, 100%. It has to be there.
Has to. I'm into it. I'm still waiting for somebody to call us about our TV ideas from last week, but you know,
All we've been getting is legal letters from players' agents telling us to stop. Very weird.
whatever.
Must be sending the wrong address.
At least they're listening.
Yeah.
Real quick, just around the horn. You think Connor plays on Sunday? I do not.
I say yes.
I do.
I say yes, it's fine.
I do not.
I think he's at a week, and then the 1 to 2 weeks
Well,
is a
so
little bit.
if I want to follow you down the rabbit hole and the tinfoil hat theories a little bit, would they have not have said week to week?
That's what I said. It literally 1 to 2 weeks is such a tease.
Week to week is usually like a 3-week situation.
If they would have thought there wasn't a chance he would have played, they would have said right off the jump, like 2 weeks he's out. He's not playing.
Week to week. But like now you don't want to give him day to day. This 1 to 2 weeks thing is just it's ambiguous enough that he could or he could not.
Isn't 1 week to 2 weeks literally week to week?
Yeah, it's all about how when you choose to use the different wording.
It depends how delusional you choose to be, and I'm choosing to be incredibly delusional.
But I get it. I mean, like, I think that. Yeah, I don't know. I like the ambiguity of injuries in general is just annoying to me.
Especially in the NHL.
Ambiguity.
Yes. Is that a big word?
Here's an ambiguity for you all.
Okay.
Well used.
The Oilers don't play until Thursday next week. So they would have Sunday, and then he would have 4 more days off.
What is with this schedule, by the way?
Do not get me started. Horrendous from day one.
I feel like you started already.
This Friday is the first time it's actually good because they decided to put Friday night games on the schedule. Crazy stuff.
What is with this Oilers schedule, though? Saturday, nothing until today, Tuesday, then Thursday. Okay, Sunday, Heritage Classic, but then nothing until Thursday after that?
They had to build up the whole Connor's out. Is Connor going to be there for the
Well, I guess it
outdoor
gives a
game?
time for him to get hurt.
Is it scripted though? He's only missing 2 games.
I haven't seen it yet.
Connor knows
have you
the
seen
boys.
the script?
Connor knows
You're the one
boys
who's
need
all,
to start,
you're the one of the ins with all the insiders
and
and
I'm the
whatnot.
most confident he's playing on Sunday.
What does Frank Saravalli think?
He thinks he's going to play.
All right. I'm going to call Frank after this and find out what he knows.
Call him right now.
All right. Get him on the show. Frank.
Hey, you know who's not going to be playing in the Heritage Classic?
Go ahead.
Rasmus Anderson.
Gary Bettman has upheld the suspension.
Good.
Wow. That was a dangerous hit.
Hey,
I
Rasmus
haven't actually seen it.
Anderson.
What happened?
I'll tell you.
You're bringing back the dab, eh?
Yeah.
He dropped that in our meeting this morning, too.
What happened? Rasmus Anderson is a dirty player.
Like hit from behind, headshot.
No, he like comes across and like
Last
just
minutes of a
catches
second.
line.
Or
Last
Almost
seconds.
like a chicken
It's like
wing.
3 seconds left in the game.
3 seconds left in the game. They're down 3-1. He leaves his feet to elbow Patrick Laine in the head. Patrick Laine now on IR with a head injury. Rasmus Anderson given a 4-game ban.
Almost the Matt Cook, Mark Savard hit.
He was given the 4-game ban and then he appealed it.
Everyone does.
What
And
did
it's
he
now
appeal? Like, what did they say he appealed?
But I don't think that I don't think they have to say anything specific. I think it's
don't?
just that
Okay.
you go and you're stating that you're whatever your issue is with it. I think
yeah,
the only
that's
issue
dirty.
is that it was the Heritage Classic coming up. It was the only reason that I heard that he was actually appealing it.
Maybe. Well, at least we know he's not going to score from their blue line this time.
It is a hefty penalty for that hit.
No, it's not.
I think no. I believe that's what the penalty should be,
That's
but
the
you
thing.
can't find a lot of precedence to that.
That's
Because they've almost eradicated the hit from the league.
No, that's fair, but you still don't see a lot on
But therein
So
lies
good on the
issue.
NHL for actually making that call.
And that's why the player safety. That's where the player safety has to come in and come over the top and actually smack down guys that do stuff.
100%. They should probably start doing it for guys hitting from behind too. But hey, that's another situation.
I have a thing. that
Stop signs on the back of jerseys. We just bring them in like it's minor hockey.
Yeah. I wonder if the NHL should rather. How do I word this?
Just put it out there.
To me, I know we're taking this back a little bit, but the Alex Pietrangelo slash on Draisaitl is a very dangerous and unnecessary play. Obviously.
Slash? I'd call it more of a chop.
The chop. So should the NHL more of, because their rules are stuff like, like a slash is on like 2 games, but should it be more like the danger of the play more than the actual play, if that makes sense?
Yes, it should be. And instead, what they do usually is they kind of rely on,
Did the guy get hurt?
the injury that happened.
Yes.
No injury, no penalty.
No injury, no penalty. Oh, that guy's dead.
All
Drag
right,
him off. 2 games.
2 games.
Yeah.
For me, I watched a video clip this morning talking about it was one of the other hockey podcasts out there talking about a guy
There's
that
no other ones,
was
are there?
told to jump Gretzky.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Was that on Spade Chicklets?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, that's exactly where it was. But how did we get from a league where you can't touch the star players for fear of losing your job to
Instigator
now?
rule. You know it. Hockey.
Yeah,
It's
I just-
instigator rule.
It's so exasperating to me that
You know what it is?
it's
there's
sick
a
to the
respect
stomach.
factor for other human beings that is nowhere near what it used to be.
Well, there's that too. But I think in hockey specifically, like if you get rid of the instigator rule, a bunch of that shit will go away.
Oh, 100%.
You'll get tuned up by somebody that you do not want to fight.
But there's that
instigator makes sense though.
There's this
very core.
Yeah, but there's the story about Sean Avery's first games when he's playing with Detroit, and I can't believe he's chirping at like Joe Sakic or something like he's about to, and Brett Hall like looks at him and like on the same team and tells him, "No, you don't speak to Mr. Sakic."
Oh yeah,
and he's like, you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Brendan Manning destroyed Connor McDavid, admitted basically without saying it that it was on purpose, that he didn't give a shit, like didn't care, and then was on the Edmonton Oilers a couple years later. It's frustrating.
Crazy straight down NHL history.
It's frustrating.
Connor said it was okay though, right?
It's just weird. It's a weird thing in the league. Sorry, not to derail the conversation from.
If we want to, we could do another whole episode on things that went wrong with the Chiarelli era.
Yeah,
I just don't have time to get that hurt in my insides again.
That would be a third episode of the week.
Yeah,
crazy that the Oilers actually have 3 fights this season.
Yeah,
in 5 games. Who would have thought?
Liven the boys up a little bit.
The NHL's fighting is up for sure. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I
Good
can't.
Fights too.
Yeah, the quality is the big thing. That's a lot of traditionally the fights have gone up, but it's been like 3 out of 10s and 2 out of 10 fights, people falling down, that kind of thing. But no, everything is pretty.
Speaking of which, go check out the new hockeyfights.com. We just relaunched the website this past week. Give us some feedback, what you think. Hit us up. We got bugs to squash. That's how it goes when you relaunch a website. Got it? But go check out the new hockeyfights.com. It looks real nice. The site performs much better. Video is the focus of the new hockeyfights.com. Let us know what you think. Continuing on with the news for our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Thursday's game, that is not tonight. The Oilers play in Minnesota. We'll preview that in a second. But Thursday's game, Ring of Honor game for Doug Waite. He was a hell of an Oiler. I still think of that goal that he scored on Trevor Kidd where he did the dipsy doodles and he's going backwards and he's sideways and he's backwards and then it's in the net. Just one of my all-time favorite Oilers. Crushed me as a youth when he left. And those were
what was worse, that or what happened in 06?
Oh, well, I mean, not close. There's multiple things. So you lose Doug Waite. That's one thing that hurt. But then you lose the Stanley Cup final with Doug Waite on the other team.
Less about losing the cup, but the fact that Doug beat us for it.
Not close.
No, that hurt.
Not even close.
Yeah, that was.
Maybe we shouldn't put him in the Ring of Honor tomorrow or Thursday.
Should we do him?
Well, I still blame a couple other guys on that team. They're now coaches and stuff right now.
Yeah. Looking at you, Marc-Andre Bergeron.
Oh, don't even start. Andrew Ladd. Thanks for nothing.
Did I tell you guys?
Conklin, what the fuck, man?
Dude.
Should have been juicy the whole time.
Should have been.
Mm-hmm. Liam, sorry. Old guys talking.
He almost brought us back from 3-1.
He did.
He has no credit for that.
None.
0.
He should be in the fucking Ring of Honor.
Should be.
Maybe we get deeper into this thing. There's a lot of room in that Ring of Honor. Anyone could go in.
Sorry about that, Liam. There's 2 old men yelling at clouds over here.
Did I tell you guys I saw Andrew Ladd at the airport this summer?
Did you punch him?
No, I didn't punch him.
Just checking.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you ask him about Mitzi's from his time in Winnipeg?
No, I didn't bring it up. He was at the Kelowna stop. We were in Calgary and he was getting a flight to Kelowna.
Yeah.
I was going to
Typical.
England, not Ontario.
Paris.
London, Ontario is the original.
Don't often fly into London, Ontario.
You know what I'm kind of interested about? Just circling back to the Doug Waite thing. Just down her back.
Go ahead.
Talk about hockey stuff, Tyler? Why?
What's your favorite small town airport? Go ahead.
Burbank.
Burbank is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Burbank.
You come into that runway hot.
Yeah, if you're ever flying into LA and you want to cheap out, fly into Burbank and it's an experience.
Gets the heart pumping.
Yeah. So I remember I was at the Kevin Lowe jersey retirement and they did this thing where they do the ceremony and then the players come out for warm up, right? So the ceremony starts an hour and a half for the game or whatever.
Yep.
And there was like no one there to watch it.
Yep.
It was really sad. There's no vibes, nothing. And I get what they're doing, right? It's a big, exciting thing. They want to drag it out, have everyone talk. I wonder if maybe that's not a bit of a mistake. Even this Ring of Honor thing, I think less is maybe more. And I know they're doing it so the players don't have to sit around and watch it, but like, maybe we could do this ceremony in 15 minutes and just do it right before the game while the players are on the bench. So the crowd's at least there. Because again, this ceremony is apparently starting at 5:30, I think, for Doug Waite. And a lot
of people wouldn't be home from work yet.
Yeah,
I was at the Ryan Smith one. I was Smitty and Fogelin.
Yeah.
And the same thing. It was there just weren't a lot of people in the building yet.
My favorite pregame ceremony has to be Slats when he walked down at Rexall Place from essentially the press box.
Yeah.
And he had to walk all the way down, and it took forever.
And they kept like the camera on him too, right? Where they wash him down the stairs, through the concourse, down some more stairs, through a door, and over here.
Best part is
funny.
Earlier in the day, they also probably would have done like a rehearsal. I'm like, all right, Slats, here's what we're going to do. Guarantee you, he did it the first time and was like, this is a terrible idea. We should not be doing this. It's too far.
Do you know how old I am too? Also, I mean, I'm in good shape for an elderly man, but like that's a lot of stairs.
So then also Thursday, okay, so if you're going to get there 5:30, sit and watch the ceremony, then you're just in the building for warm up already. What else are you going to do? You're there for an hour and a half. Like the beer bill is going to be big.
Do you think you could do this on a non-game night?
No. Not enough people would be interested in just going to see this.
Don't think so?
I don't think so. Because then
how
people
would you
would show
fix
up
it though?
early.
Like if we're keeping it tight,
15 minutes after warm up.
Well, does it have to be on the ice? Like, what if they were able to do it from
Ford Hall?
Like they made Ford Hall maybe. Like they could just put it on the big screen, but they could do it within the rink too. Like I think you could probably do something with the Sportsnet lounge.
Yeah, you probably could.
Make it into
put them up in the DJ booth.
But I mean, there was
cool.
nothing wrong with
Spinning
what,
the ones and twos.
nothing wrong with doing a nice 10 to 12 minute ceremony for the players.
Oh, you cut it.
There's 2 players though.
Why do you have to do 2 at a time? Then would be my argument. Have a Ryan Smith night and a someone else night.
Yeah, you can still do the 2 players in the season.
12 minutes. They come out, talk for 3-4 minutes. Thanks to fans. Someone else comes on, talks about how much they meant. Boom, boom, boom. You're done. Look, his name's on the ring. Ooh, cool.
Ouch.
I just feel like this isn't, and I'm doing this from a point of it is awkward and like, I don't know, like, isn't it kind of like a little embarrassing for the player? Like, hey,
I'm going to be there, Tyler.
I will be too.
There you go.
But I'm just saying, I know there's going to be like,
we'll talk across the arena.
yeah, there's going to be like 8,000 people there. And I feel like bad for the player that like, we're not doing something where the whole crowd's there for him.
It's true. Like I said, for the last one, I kind of felt the exact same way. I don't know what you do instead though, but I'm down with doing like one guy a night do it over 2, do it over a week and just kind of make a whole weekly thing. And
Or you do them all at once.
every Ring of Honor member.
Everyone all at once.
Rapid
Done.
fire.
And you have to like assume some guys will get there. So just like, Nuge, come on.
Preemptive.
I've solved it. So players come out for their warm up. They do their normal thing.
Yeah.
Then the Zambonis come out to do the flood afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Waite, Charlie Huddy driving the Zambonis. That's the ceremony. You do the ceremony while they're driving the Zambonis.
Headset
and
on.
The fans are watching them try and drive the Zambonis too. It'd be hilarious.
Hey,
Amazing.
I watched Gretz drive around the back of an F-150. Like, there's no reason why not to.
that was a good 20-minute standing ovation. That one. I remember that.
Easy.
Did you go to that game?
I was there, yeah.
Yeah, it was that one.
Yep. Anyway, what do you think of the Ring of Honor ceremony? Too long? Tyler's already cut it down 3 minutes when he's cutting it down. Gone from 15 minutes
Quick
to 12.
8 minutes.
Holy.
Ryan, your thoughts? Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. See ya.
He just pokes his head out, waves off the ice.
Yeah, it's like the old first star.
Yeah.
With a little lap, whoop, and off.
Yeah, Doug Waite comes out, throws a hat to the kids. Off the ice you go.
Thanks, Doug.
Yet to hear a bad idea.
So who's in right now?
Smitty, Lee,
Smitty
Fogelin.
Fogelin.
That's it, I think, right?
Yeah.
All the guys who have their numbers retired.
And then Dougie. What's the other guy?
Charlie Huddy.
Charlie Huddy's going in
Yeah.
too tomorrow. Thursday. I wonder if he'll be next.
They've only got 8 minutes now from Tyler.
So
4 minutes each.
Those guys are both 90s guys, right? Or was Huddy?
No, Huddy's an 80s guy.
Huddy's
Guys,
guys,
sorry. So I wonder if next year they'll.
You have two different eras going in that one. You had 2 different eras going in the first one.
I bet you they go Pronger next year with somebody from the 90s.
I'll take a little bit more. I think you'll get
Hemsky, maybe.
Hammer's a good one.
Hammer would be a great one.
I think they'll probably try and bring it a little closer to now.
Let's just go around the horn real quick. If you had just one pick for the Ring of Honor, Dan.
It's got to be 2 guys, though.
We'll just pick one.
Chris Pronger.
I mean, it's hard to argue.
He was here for a year. Very easy to say no.
It's
Very easy.
1 year, Dan. No. Come on. What are we doing?
But he's the best defenseman by a country mile.
I know, but it's 1 year.
But you were a toddler when
And
that
they
happened.
didn't win either. Like, if the Raptors were to, I don't even think the Raptors should ever retire Kawhi's number.
No.
I think
It's 1 year. To me, that's something for like,
No.
because they'll never win again.
Fair, but it's for the legends of your franchise, not like
Kawhi Leonard.
Not like a good player who stopped in for a year.
I would put Kawhi Leonard.
They were
on the
traded. They were forced in, and first opportunity to make I'll stay. They both turned and left. So no.
Okay. Fair enough. You don't agree with me?
I disagree with you, Dan.
It's fine.
Who's your pick, Liam?
I'll put Rolly in before him.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Pronger too. No. Look, I've not been an Oilers fan long enough to know many people before. Like, I know who they are, but what they were. So I'll just say Hemsky.
Todd Harvey. Tyler?
Hemsky. You know what? No, if we're doing Pronger, then we can do it. David Desharnais scored a big goal.
I'm not against it.
I am.
Why do you hate David Desharnais? Why did you have to drag him down?
Why? Because he would cost a friendship. One of our friends of the company had to leave. David Desharnais has never been on a fucking podcast here. Brandon Davidson did.
That is true.
Brian Davidson on like a 3-hour one.
I was wondering where you were going here.
No, usually people don't. Usually people don't. And I just start going, and eventually I find an end point.
And also Dick Tarnstrom.
Oh, Dickie T, no problem.
Spot check. You're in.
Yeah. Mike Pekka.
My answer would be Hemsky.
Rick, who you got?
No, I think the logical one is Hemsky. I don't even see anybody in the 90s group.
Billy Guerin.
Yes, but after Hemsky.
I actually have an actual answer with Boris Mirnov.
Bobo would be sweet.
There's a guy that literally did nothing with his franchise just because the franchise did nothing. But yeah.
Gator is a good one.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's.
I like the Gator, but I think just like from 95 to 2010.
Taylor Hall?
Eventually, yes.
He did. Jump on the IR.
That's a tough one.
For that time zone, though, I think the biggest name is...
You put Horkov up there?
Hork is coming.
Does Doug
Hammer goes
still
first.
work for a team?
Yeah.
Doug Waite?
He's with the Sharks, isn't he?
He's with somebody.
Huddy's on the team.
Huddy's a coach somewhere, is he?
I thought Huddy was done.
He might be. He was in Winnipeg for the longest time.
He was in Winnipeg for a long time.
I thought they let him go. I thought he... maybe Doug Waite isn't. I think he's like an advisor with the Sharks or something.
I was just wondering if they would bring guys in if they're with organizations.
Dude,
that is like a bad thing, but like
that used to be why they did it.
Of personnel, right? Development. So.
They used to do it when that team was in town.
Well, like that's why they always like the Oilers jersey retirements through the years have always been against the Rangers because they wanted Slats in town for it.
And yeah, I guess
Slats was here for the outdoor game. He was literally, and so Mark Messier was here for the original outdoor game. He was still playing for the Rangers at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it was.
2003?
Yeah.
Tyler's on it. He's looking. Who else you guys got? Ring of Honor nominees. Chris Pronger, given. We've settled that.
Would Rollerson ever go in there?
Yeah, but you'll be pretty gray by the time that
Happy
happens.
Boulin? The Rolly replacement?
But Rolison only had one good year. And he didn't even win anything.
Yeah, I don't think Rolson goes in there.
No.
Who else you got, Tyler?
I have Hemsky from kind of that era. Again, like I value longevity and also how long your kind of like peak years lasted. Like Rolson had that one great year. And then the team...
For a long time, Hemsky was the only reason.
to watch all those games.
How about Sean Horkoff?
Yeah,
I think Horkoff, because he's a captain, right? And was here again for a long time, was a part of some good
Poor
team.
guy had to do so many tours of that new arena was being built and he didn't even get to play there.
Well, speaking of tours, Andrew Ferentz?
Nope.
What?
Jason Smith.
Yeah, Gator's got to go.
Yeah, Gator could get in.
Yeah.
What about Fernando Pisani? See, is
No.
That's a tough one because he was.
What is the Ring of Honor about?
He never won anything.
Like, is it like the 06 Cup run? I get it. You don't want to put everyone in it, but it was like the only thing that's been good for this franchise for a while.
Hey, we won a bunch of fucking lotteries after that.
But so shouldn't
Put the
guys
lottery
from
banners
that
up there?
team be honored?
Yeah.
But you can't just be like...
Pronger's maybe different because he was here for 1 year, but like, how long was Pisani here for?
He's here for longer, yeah. I think it's about that rung of guys who were very important. They had to be great Oilers, though. Like they can't just be like, that's my serious argument against Pronger. Like great player, but he's not a great Oiler.
That's fair.
Right? Like Alex Hemsky, a great Oiler for that era. Sean Horkoff was a captain, part of the 06 team, a great Oiler, even if, at the end with the contract, it didn't go that well. Like to me, you needed to be a really damn good player and be a really damn good Oiler. And if you can check both those
With
boxes,
some longevity.
yeah, with like Huddy and Smitty both did that. They were great Oilers.
How about Peter Nedved? He came back. He liked it so much, he came back.
Mike Comrie.
Peter Sikora.
I like Peter Sikora.
All right.
For the Ring of Honor, but he didn't do anything here.
Pisani played 402 games for the Oilers, scored 80 goals and 153 points. There you go.
And then ulcerative colitis derailed his career. Sadly. He went to
I think it was
Chicago.
weird. He ended up in Chicago.
Yeah, he
Still
tried.
hurts.
He made a go of it, but
For one, yeah.
hard to stay.
Hit us up. ON Radio Podcast. Who should be in the Ring of Honor? Feel free to argue with us if you like. I won't read it. Liam's already muted you anyway.
I'm just gonna tweet a picture of Peter Sikora. No comment on it. Just a pic.
Other thing, I want to just wrap up the news here quickly with for our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino. Just a quick look at the Pacific Division. No cup hangover so far for the Vegas Golden Knights. They're in first place, 6-0. But then from there,
They're the first Stanley Cup champion to start the next season, 6-0.
there you go. But from there, though, the Pacific really kind of falls off. Right now, Vancouver is in second place at 3-2-0. Then LA 2-2-1. Calgary is next at 2-3-1. Oilers trail behind 1-3-1. So, a couple of wins. They're in second place.
Not even worrying about that till America Thanksgiving.
I'm just doing a Pacific Division recap.
Look,
Go ahead.
the Vegas Golden Knights are obviously a very good hockey team. They've had a
Prove it.
They've had a pretty easy start to the season too, in some regards as
Tell
well.
me.
Like San Jose, Chicago, Anaheim, Seattle, who Tyler thinks sucks. They
suck.
beat the Stars in overtime, which is a good win. I'm not discounting that one. And they beat Winnipeg too. I don't know,
Yeah, that's
I'm
4
not
easy
saying
games, though. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're frauds because they're obviously not, but it's like, I would like that start to the season too. Like, I know the Oilers have had a relatively easy one, but also not that easily because they've played Vancouver, who we all knew were going to be better.
Yeah.
Nashville were going to be competitive, and Philly we all thought was going to be bad. So fair enough. But like, I don't know. Vegas, we'll see what they do when they go on a run here, when they play like some really, really top teams.
Like Philly next.
Like, their schedule doesn't get much more difficult. It's Philly, Chicago, then they play the Kings, and then they play Montreal. But then they play Colorado. So we'll see what they are on November 4th when they're like 12-0 because they played no one.
Looking ahead at tonight's game, we're going to do a little game preview, courtesy of our friends at Alberta Blue Cross. There's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that's making new ones. I'm hoping to make some new memories tonight. The big win over Minnesota. Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel, ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. Of course, Alberta Blue Cross is the official provider of travel insurance for the Nation Network and our Nation Vacations. 17 days, boys, we will be in Seattle.
That's coming up.
It is. We may need Alberta Blue Cross insurance for what's going on outside.
Yeah, I heard something.
Something just like fell.
I think
out
they're
there.
racing.
Somebody
Crash
got
bangs
hurt.
out there.
People, this is a work environment, people.
Trying to record a podcast in here.
Shenanigans.
Ugh.
Children these days. We're going to look ahead at tonight's game preview against the Minnesota Wild. The Wild have lost their last two games. They are currently 2-2-1 on the season. More importantly, and this might be a good thing for the Oilers or not, depending on how you look at it, depending how cynical and salty you are, the Wild have allowed 21 goals in their last 4 games. They are also allowing nearly 40 shots per game, averaging 36.6 shots against.
Oh, lots of shots, you say?
Lots of shots. For love of the game.
Huh.
Maybe. Perhaps.
We did have a lot of shots against the Jets.
We did have a lot of shots against the Jets.
Just Wild don't have Connor Hellebuck.
They do not have Connor Hellebuck. Before we get into your takes on tonight's game, gentlemen, I got to go through the lines here. Fresh lines. The blender came out once again. Obviously, Connor's out. Had to mix it up. First line currently. Kane, Draisaitl, Matthias Janmark. Second line, Warren Fogle, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Zachary Hyman. Third line, Dylan Holloway, Ryan McLeod, and Connor Brown. Adam Ernie, Derek Ryan around out the forward lines. What do you think so far, Tyler?
I think the Janmark promotion up the lineup is purely to keep that second and third line who work together intact.
100% right.
Listen, with Connor out, you're not going to be able to be a one-line team. You're going to need scoring from multiple lines every game to win. Draisaitl has the ability to create offense all on his own. Hopefully, Evander Kane's a little bit better. They can give you a solid duo. And Janmark, you know what you're getting out of him, right? You're not getting really any surprises here. So by keeping that second and third line together, you're hoping one of them can be a good spark for you offensively each night. And I don't hate the play. Like, again, I don't even think this is a scenario where that Draisaitl line as a trio is going to play 6 more minutes than the other lines. Everyone's going to be pretty tight here. It's going to be a 3-line effort.
Liam, what do you think of the lines?
Yeah, I agree with Tyler. I think another thing of it too is not many other guys, like no one's really earned an opportunity to play on the first line, right? So I think giving it to Janmark kind of makes sense, and you want Evander Kane to get going a little bit. So you give him maximum opportunity on that top line with Draisaitl and also on the power play too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I like the continuity of having the second and third line at least. Like they've got 3 lines that can play tonight, which they do most nights, I suppose.
What's going to be interesting too is they're going 11-7 tonight.
Because they have to.
You can barely afford to do that.
Nobody can afford it.
How is Woodcroft going to rotate Draisaitl and Nuge through? I'm curious to see about that.
Yeah.
Or is he just going to, the fourth line is going to play sparingly and it's going to be Leon most of the time? I'm just curious to see how he.
I think you'll see some Holloway at center too there, because I think they want to try that. I think they'd like to get to that point where Holloway can play some center minutes.
Yeah, I think McLeod will probably play a little bit more too. I don't think they're going to just... I think Nuge will play a little bit more than he usually does because without McDavid, but I don't think they're just going to give all McDavid's minutes to Nuge. Or probably just
No, and I think keeping the second and third line together was the biggest part of this, and I agree with that move.
If McLeod's going to get more minutes, which he will, my boy needs to shoot the puck.
Yes.
He wrapped up last season 12-game goalless streak. It is now bled in through. It went through the playoffs. And now 5 games in. I love Ryan McLeod. I predicted him to have a 20-goal season this year, but he just does not shoot the puck enough right now.
It's not good.
Yeah, someone texted me the other day and was like, I'm starting to get worried that Ryan McLeod isn't an NHL player. He's just a guy who can skate. And listen,
I think that's unfair.
I think it's too early to be saying that,
take.
but I think it illustrates maybe some of the frustrations people are saying.
I just think
That's
that
the frustration speaking.
he's got to buy into his own skills a little bit too.
Yeah.
Just, buddy, throw the puck on net. You've got wheels. He's one of those players where you could throw the puck on net low on the goalie's pads and go get your own rebound.
Yeah.
He's got wheels. He can do it. Score some garbage. You just got to get that first one, or someone bank one off his ass. Gordon knows he needs to.
Yeah.
He's never really been a goal scorer. He had the one really good year in junior. He had 26, but besides that, never scored more than 14 in his career. Maybe that's just who he is, and that's fine. But you need to shoot the puck at least to cause some trouble. Maybe there's a shitty rebound that goes off and lands on Brown's.
Through 5 games, I'm just looking at the Oilers stats page right now. Through 5 games, McLeod only has 3 shots on goal.
That's not good enough. You need to just get 2 a game.
Throw pucks on net.
Hit your shot prop.
Hit your shot prop for love of the game.
The love of the game.
But again, he's not the only one that needs to pick it up. Get going. Actually, a guy who I thought had a decent night against Winnipeg on Saturday night, and I'm sure Waz would love hearing it. I thought Derek Ryan was buzzing in the limited minutes he got.
He did. He's had 2 pretty good games now in a row.
Warren Vogel,
he needs one.
Very impressed with Fogle so far.
The breakaway curse has not ended, though.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
all I'm going to say is it's very difficult to score a goal in the NHL. Breakaway or not.
I get it, but at some point you got to get one by accident. Just push it in front of you like a Mighty Duck style and ram the goalie.
The breakaway, that has to be Yips coming into it now for this kid.
He changed his move, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He did change the move.
Yeah.
You can't. You just can't come down that many times on a breakaway.
Sure you can.
Well, we're watching it.
Dominic Hasek stopped the greatest players in the world.
Well, one of them was on the bench, so I'm not.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
And we'll note Warren Fogle is not shooting any shots on Dominic Hasek.
Well, that is true.
No, but everyone keeps saying Connor Hellebuck's the greatest thing. So,
well, he is really good.
Yep, that's fair.
He did play well as that, unfortunately.
we are our biggest obstacle right now.
Well, we're talking about a team that's gone 5 games without a third period goal. Again, how do you not accidentally get one?
How do we not get one against Nashville?
Yeah,
fair.
That's
fair.
Something I thought too.
They shit stomped the Predators. There was nothing.
No,
in
they
the third
did for 2 periods and they let off in the third. I hate seeing that.
Yes, agreed. When you're thinking about tonight's game against the Minnesota Wild, it has not been a friendly barn to our beloved Oilers over the last handful of years.
1 win in their last 6 games there.
Handful of years?
1 win in their last 6 there, I believe.
I think you can pull off stats like that if you go back like a decade and a half.
I was going to say, we had a little run there where we were winning in Minnesota or something, because I feel like that was one of those. What was it?
17 in a row, I believe.
I'll go get their stats.
Before we've had a run against Minnesota.
It wasn't like Manny Fernandez. We couldn't get
Manny Fernandez, and then fucking Gabrick was scoring at will.
The good news is Minnesota will be without Matt Boldy and Jared Spurgeon.
To see former Edmonton Oiler on their second line, Patrick Maroon.
Yes.
Since the start of the 2009-2010 season, the Oilers are 7-16-2 in Minnesota.
What they got to do tonight in Minnesota? To me, like when the Oilers play a simple game, that's when they're at their best. Shoot, pass, hit, lay the body.
Yeah.
Don't try and be pretty. Connor ain't out there. He ain't saving you. Simple game will probably get the job done, provided that the goaltending sticks up in our end.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I think goaltending is kind of number one. Like this is probably not going to be a night where you can go and outscore your problems just because of the McDavid thing. Like I can't see them going and winning this game 6-4. I think if they're going to win tonight, it's got to be a 4-2, 3-1, 3-2 kind of victory, right?
4-2, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's going to take 3 lines. Again, I think that's what Jay Woodcroft knows. That's why these lines are put together the way that they are. Everyone's got to elevate their game a notch. And if everyone does that, you can cover for McDavid. At the end of the day, it is hockey. And as great as Connor McDavid is, it is not a sport where one player always entirely determines the game. You can overcome this.
Do you have a bold prediction for this evening? I'm going to say the Oilers scored 2 third period goals. What do you think about that?
I like that one. I was going to say both the second and third line get a goal.
Liam, what's it going to take tonight? In Minnesota, on the road, Oilers have lost. Minnesota's lost.
Yeah.
Both teams looking for a win.
I think Tyler said this. I can't remember what show it was, but just that I think the goaltending is actually going to be the big reason why the Oilers can win. But I like the idea of the bold prediction of a third period goal. That's going to
So
be
absurd.
So
special.
bold.
It's so absurd. Dan, what they got to do?
I don't know. Like nothing I've predicted has gone right this year. So I went out and I said that it's going to be a big blowout win for the Oilers. I think that the offense just wakes up today and we have some weird outcomes from a non-McDavid team.
Rick?
The whole team needs to pull on the rope. I'm not sitting there looking at any one group. The whole team needs to play better. And yeah, if you can get that secondary scoring going, I think they can still pull off 4 or 5 goals.
I would love some secondary scoring. Oh,
I think you'll see it today.
Make me happy. It make me very, very happy. You know? Score prediction, everybody. 4-2 win for me.
5-1 Edmonton Oilers.
Liam?
I said 5-1 as well.
I did predict on the TikTok Oilers lose 3-1.
Oh my
Sorry.
goodness.
Rick is looking.
I predicted them to win every time and they haven't done it. So I'm trying to throw it off.
All right, take it. At least your reasoning is there.
Yeah.
I also dislike it when you go to Dan first because somehow he always picks my answer. So I'm going to stick with 5-1.
Okay. We got 4 winners and a loser in here, and Tyler.
Classic time.
New name of the podcast?
4 winners and a loser.
Yeah.
Then in brackets, Tyler.
We'll see what happens. But Oilers obviously got to turn their season around. No better time for people to step up than when Connor is on the shelf for a limited time only. Time for you guys to think about who delivered over the last week, by the way. Last couple of days. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code NATION25. That's 25% off up to $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code NATION25. Don't forget, Nation25 gets you 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Offer valid in Canada, subject to change. Terms apply. Liam?
Ding dong.
Thank you very much. I will be DoorDashing myself a donair tonight. I'm going to do what I can to manifest a victory. And to me, that is ordering food through our friends at DoorDash.
I got a
Well
donair
fed.
the other day.
And?
It was awesome.
Did the fine folks at DoorDash do a great job bringing it to you?
They sure did.
Of course they did.
Just a donair?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get a drink?
No drink.
Some pommes frites?
I'm off the pop.
Are you? Yeah. I like sugar and pop.
Down.
Nice.
You know?
Donair and onion rings always have to go together.
Ooh, I like that combo.
No. No soda.
Tried to get you a little
You got a soda stream?
in and out.
You make your own?
No, I don't have a soda. I'm just a simple water guy.
All right. Stay hydrated. Nobody needs kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Tyler, I'm coming to you first.
Yep.
Our friends at DoorDash. Thinking about the last handful of days of your life. Who delivered?
Okay. This is going to be an interesting rant. The NHL announced their decision to reverse their whole thing on Pride Tape. They're going to let players do it now.
Which was moronic in the
Yes,
first place.
stupid in the first place. Travis Dermott wore the tape.
He did.
That is awesome. He is a stand-up guy. He delivered as an ally, and I love it. but he's also taking a lot of insane backhanded compliments. And I kind of feel, sorry, Liam. I kind of feel for the guy because people keep being like, look, Travis Dermott did it. And it's like, yeah, good. And then they almost always want to be like, and he's not even a good player. He's expendable. And it's like, oh.
And he's a nobody.
Look at that. Dermott did it. He's a third-rate D-man. He's junk. And it's like,
he's a nobody. Where's the big guys getting out there? He's not afraid. He almost did lose his job.
His contract's listed.
And it's like,
on his contract.
they're like, oh, he only makes like this much money. Look at his career earnings. He's taking a ton of like backhanded compliments and all this. Anyway, shout out to Travis Dermott. I think you're a fine NHL player and obviously a fine human.
And he delivered. I'm jumping in next because I'm selfish and I don't want anybody else to take it. Nashville Predators equipment manager Pete Rogers delivered this past week when I don't remember what that guy's name was. Tyler, what was that guy's name?
Luke Evangelista.
That guy. When he broke his stick, and old Pete jumped in, handed him a stick, mid-shift, guy goes down, gets himself a breakaway goal. But the part that was the best was watching the Nashville Predators celebrate with their equipment manager after the goal went in. I feel like those guys never get enough credit regardless of the team. Pretty hard job.
Yep.
My shout out to this week, Pete Rogers, you delivered, my boy. You did your job. You excelled. Rick, who you got? Who delivered for you?
Well, I'm going to stick to Saturday night, even though we got the dub, or they got the L. We did not get the dub that I was expecting to get. It has to go to Warren Fogle. He hit a certain amount of shots, which for no particular reason I was happy with. But in a team of guys playing like porridge, he's one that's kind of standing out right now. So
Oilers playing too thick, in Rick's opinion.
We're not thick enough. I'd like some more C's on there. Dan, for our friends at DoorDash, who delivered for you?
I don't know. I've been scrambling because I was going to go with Mr. Dermott myself.
Dermott then. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, for the ability to be able to take down a band by simply putting that tape on your stick for one game, Travis Dermott, you're going to be my delivery specialist. Sorry.
No, sorry. I just read something that's funny that I'll get to after.
He did deliver.
I read something funny too.
What was it?
I can't read.
I can go.
Hilarious.
The NHL's game every 15 minutes night is already fucked.
Why?
Yes.
The Columbus Blue Jackets have a power outage and their game's going to have to start 2 hours late.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah. Way to go, NHL.
Wait, they already know what the power outage is going to be?
Frank says, sounds like Columbus and Anaheim are aiming for an 8:30 p.m. Eastern puck drop, with the power outage currently affecting Nationwide Arena in Columbus, originally scheduled for 6:30.
And they're just going off of
Wait a minute, what time zone are they at?
the estimate of outage.
Ooh, an 8:30 start in your
It's
hometown.
probably Central though.
Columbus is is Eastern.
East,
Is it?
Ohio.
Yeah, Columbus is Eastern time zone. Yep.
That's a late
tough
one.
May I read something and then I will tell you my who delivered?
Please.
Actually, I'll tell you my who delivered quicker. That'll be a short
Our friends at DoorDash would love to know.
My who delivered was, did you guys see the David Savard clip?
No.
No.
So yesterday he was on the penalty kill and he blocked this huge shot. And then he blocked another one, but his skate blade got knocked off by it. So he's just on the penalty kill, literally laying there. And then he blocked another shot.
Oh my God.
I mean, I just thought it was very funny. And then I think Pat McAfee retweeted it. But
So what
anyway,
you're saying though, you should probably look at some sort of reason to get him at like say 2 to 3 block shots a game.
yes.
You're in a degenerate mindset right now, Rick. Speaking of which, you know Andrew Kopp has had at least 3 shots in every game this year?
When does he play next?
Tonight.
Oh,
What's the shot from?
1.5.
Pardon? Hang on. I've got to check my emails.
And we'll step aside for a quick break.
This is our good friend Connor Halley tweeted this. And then actually deleted it, so maybe I shouldn't read it. Anonymous player on Matthias Ekholm and the Athletics preseason
I read this.
tiers. You guys all see this?
I read it. It's
No.
funny.
Overrated players. Matthias Ekholm, Edmonton Oilers. Ekholm before Rasmus Anderson. Fuck Ekholm. He's in an all-star tier, ? Oh my God. Can I get out of here? He's not good. He's not that good. He shouldn't even be on this list in any tier. He's good defensively, but come on. All-star tier.
who said this?
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Player. Buddy, relax. Matthias Ekholm's a very good player. I don't think, I didn't even see these rankings.
Yeah, they
Bit over the top.
It's anonymous polling or whatever. You say whatever you want. That's also like, and he's comparing Rasmus Anderson to it. So it's obviously Nazem Kadri.
Put your
Allegedly, in
name
my
to
opinion.
it, Mr. Brave.
It was probably Evan
Holy
Bouchard.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Trying to
right.
take
Wow,
credit.
that is a hell of a quote.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
that is
you-
a big quote.
Is it real?
Yeah, it's from DMB's article at The Athletic.
Ekholm before
I wonder
Rasmus
who else is on
Anderson.
this list.
So DMB probably knows who it is.
Yeah, we should ask him. Text him, Tom.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Can we? Anybody know how to hack his?
I don't know, like-
hack his computer.
Overrated player. That just
Thought he was pretty good last year.
I think he's been pretty good his entire career.
DMB wrote it. Let me
I believe it was DMB.
Okay, let's find this thing.
Yeah,
wrong, though.
it was just the Athletic did a thing in general, I think.
Oh, so then I just saw it on DMB's.
Yeah, DMB tweeted it.
Okay, I want to see who else is on this list. Bit of an overreaction, if you ask me.
Well,
Hurt feelings, probably.
you know what? We also ask for, I mean, it's anonymous, so it feels weird to say, but we also ask for more personality from
This is-
NHL players. If they're going to give it, like, we got to,
I'm not upset about this.
I'm
I
not
just think
upset
that
about it
player's
either. I
wrong.
actually think it's
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. That's
I think it's funny. But what are you going to do? From our friends at DoorDash, use the promo code NATION25, get 25% off your order for your first time order. Download the DoorDash app. We're going to take a quick break. Have we done that?
Nope.
We're going to bring Kennedy in for a brand new game. All right, we've got Kennedy's, well, I guess, nationisms is what you're calling this. She's nodding yes. We're going to try a new game on the podcast. I'm excited about it. Basically, a play on Cards Against Humanity, if you've ever played that game. So we're going to do an Oilers version of it. It is going to be fantastic. I'm excited about it. And who presents Kennedy's game?
Greta.
Greta, of course.
Etta.
Our friends at Greta is the home of all nation events this season. We're gonna have a bunch of parties going on there over the course of the year. Our friends at Greta, they always put on a great show for us. Go play some vids, have some drinks, make it your pre and post game spot for all activities. Got it? Good. Over to Kennedy.
Alrighty, welcome to new games. I call it Nationisms, but yeah, it's basically a play on Cards Against Humanity. But if you've never played Cards Against Humanity, this is how the rules work. So each of the guys have 7 cards. And on each of the cards, there is a phrase or a word that is either an Oilers Nation inside joke or an Oilers related something. And I have 4 black cards in my hand that need to fill. It's like a phrase or a quote that they have to fill in the blank. And whoever is the funniest, I think we'll vote as a collective group here, wins that round.
Loser gets fired.
You get voted off the
Okay, let's
island.
do it.
Your torch gets.
You said we can't vote for our own?
No, if you vote for your own, you're done.
Fair.
Also fired.
Also fired.
Stakes are quite high here.
So after each round, you guys can pick up a new card if you want. And if you think you're funnier than me, keep it to yourself and tell me after the fact, because I'm going to keep updating the deck as we go. And if listeners want to DM me Kennedy's Trash, I will happily take black cards or blue cards in this game and make them. So let's start with the first black card. So Frank Saravalli just dropped his 32 bold predictions for the season. Number 1 on that list is blank will win the Stanley Cup.
So an option.
Easy.
Couple options here.
Easy.
Okay.
I am a Cards Against Humanity champion. I will collect all the votes. I will not be fired by myself.
I used to teach people how to play board games.
As you did.
Did.
We went to a board game cafe one time as a crew for a nation event. It was fun.
They
Like a little
died
team
off
event.
too quickly, if you ask me.
Board game cafes?
Yeah, like I liked going.
It was fun to go with Dan because Dan knew all the games, so he would just pick out a bunch of them for us to play. We had a great time.
I would argue that Edmonton just never had a good market for it at all.
Alrighty, all the blue cards are in. So start off. Frank Saravalli dropped his 32 bold predictions for the season. Number 1 on that list is Bag Milk will win the Stanley Cup.
Thank you. I've been working hard.
Yep.
Number 1 on that list is Nuge's playoff mustache will win the Stanley Cup.
Oh.
Dare to dream.
Number 1 on that list is the Edmonton Oilers Hockey Club will win the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Not funny, but true.
Facts. Number 1 on that list is Leonard McDavid will win the Stanley Cup.
That would be special.
Those go hand in hand, though.
Or number 1 on that list is Bag Chuck will win the Stanley Cup.
Heck, Chuck.
We could.
Little bromance. We do a Lady in the Tramp with some spaghetti out of the cup. Delish.
Ooh.
Hey,
Why not?
And a fat
Nice.
burger again? Was it a fat burger?
Yeah, smash burger.
it was a smash burger. We shared a passionate kiss at about 2 a.m.
That's nice.
All right, so we vote.
What's the funniest one?
Don't bring that up.
I'm gonna vote for the bag chuck one. I think that was funny.
Bag milk winner. Thank you. I will take it.
I'll go with Nuge's mustache. I thought that was good.
I'm going to go with bag milk winner.
Mustache.
That's a tie.
Tie break.
I break.
Kennedy.
I think the bag truck one is the funniest. Who put that down?
I win. I like
1 point to
winning.
Rick.
I like winning her games.
1 point to
So
Rick.
mad he didn't get
She
picked
doesn't
that
like
one.
it, but I do.
I put bagged milk in.
I thought I put Edmonton Oilers Hockey Club. I just thought it was the obvious answer.
Duh. Like it.
I put the dog.
Okay. Second one.
I'm not going to tell you what I put.
Process of elimination. Okay. Oilers Nation has announced a new show starring Tyler Yaremchuk titled The Blank Show.
Tyler Yaremchuk starting his 48th Oilers Nation show. We're doing a little Mad Libs.
What time do you fit that into your schedule?
You'll find out.
It's a 3 a.m. show.
It is when he is sleeping.
After dark.
It is just a live stream, and I enjoy it every night.
Truman Show style. Just bing, on comes the red light, and there's Tyler.
Alrighty. Cards are in. Oilers Nation has announced a new show starring Tyler Yaremchuk titled The Beatcast Show.
Ooh,
Too soon.
never.
Too soon.
He killed that show already once. He'll do it again.
Oilers Nation has announced a new show starring Tyler Yaremchuk titled The Death of TSN 1260 Show.
I would never.
Wow.
Although
Taking shots at your former friends.
Though someone say I did.
Goodness.
Okay. Oilers Nation has announced a new show starring Tyler Yaremchuk titled The Jeff Jackson Jambalaya Show.
Oh, a cooking show.
I don't know if we need that.
Yeah, I've seen what you eat, and I'm not so sure we want to cook a show.
See my baked potato yesterday.
I saw a
No
picture.
sour cream on
Okay,
that.
also,
That's okay. Salsa
I have a
instead.
question quickly. If you have a baked potato, you had a little cut up piece of cheese on it. Is that not an opportunity for grated cheese?
My cheese grater was dirty from the night before.
What?
With what? Cheese.
It was like in the dish. It was in the dishwasher though.
You gotta have a spare, man.
So you cubed up cheese instead?
Just cut up little slices.
It was
At least it's not the shredded shit.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Okay, keep going. We're losing the plot.
Okay. Oilers Nation has announced a new show starring Tyler Yaremchuk titled The Liam's Banana Obsession Show.
It's basically on every
Liam
day.
needs a show. And Oilers Nation has announced a new show starring Tyler Yaremchuk titled The Ding Dong Show. Sponsored by DoorDash.
again.
Shout out to our friends at
Just
DoorDash.
featuring me. We already do this shit Monday to Friday.
Well,
Noon.
figure out a new one.
All right, can you go through? Just read the blue ones again quickly.
Yeah, Liam's Banana Obsession, Jeff Jackson Jambalaya, The Beat Cast, The Death of TSN 1260, and Ding Dong.
Death of 1260.
Beat
Tyler's
cast.
show.
I'm going beat cast.
I will go the banana one.
Ding dong.
So Beat Cast.
Beat cast wins.
Yes.
Beat cast is back. That's
Just so you know, if you're listening to this, I do plan on picking out select games and doing beat casts. We're
There
going to
you
do it. We're going to do beat casts. We're
With
going to
Tyler as
talk
the
about
host.
what's going on Oilers Nation After Dark. We're going to do the usual thing, just not every game. The beat cast is not dead.
Alrighty, third one. The Oilers lost 8-1 to the blank on opening night.
Golly Wally.
Everybody is selecting a card. They're looking through what's remaining of their blue deck. The Oilers lost 8-1 to whom on opening night? Kennedy is collecting the cards. The gentlemen are preparing. She's coming back. We've got the cards.
Alrighty, shuffle the deck here. Alrighty. So the Oilers lost 8-1 to the Wall's voice, Derek Ryan, on opening night. The Oilers lost 8-1 to the Oscar Clefbaum's bionic arm on opening night. The Oilers lost 8-1 to the Brad Malone on opening night. The Oilers lost 8-1 to the beer prices at Rogers Place on opening night. And the Oilers lost 8-1 to the Steve Kozari on opening night.
That's accurate, though. I feel like,
Yeah.
Wow.
isn't that?
They
Yeah.
did on Saturday.
What was the second last one?
Beer prices.
Beer prices are
That's
my
beer
vote.
Prices.
Yeah, I like that one.
We lost to the beer prices.
I definitely did.
I'm going to say Steve Kuzari because I assume that was Rick's answer.
I didn't even get to choose the things, but yes, that was. It's in my hands.
So who wins?
Beer.
Beer.
Beer. Who got it?
Thank you. I live to fight another day at Nation HQ.
Did you get 2?
No.
You got one.
I got
card?
one.
And you got one. Who got the other one?
I did.
Oh, Rick. Damn.
Well,
Me and you suck,
Tyler,
Dan.
Yep.
Liam and Tyler
We're
are fired.
No, me and
Nation
Dan. Me
every
and
day
Dan.
with Tyler
I won.
Remchuk
Who wants
is now
to
brought
hockey
to you
fights now?
by Waz.
I have one more.
Oh,
Oh, golly.
Okay, last one. Calgary's new arena is called the Blank Center.
Calgary's new arena is called the Blank Center. Provided that we all make it there. Saddle Dome doesn't crush us all.
That was really fast.
Smells like feet.
That's falling.
Looks like one too.
Alrighty, Calgary's new arena is called the Eat Shit Flame Center.
All right, well.
Okay, Calgary's new arena is called the Waz Stance Center. Waz does this thing where he puts his hands on his hips. Yes. Calgary's new arena is called the Taos Balls Center. The Calgary's new arena is called the Yaremchuk Math Center.
Nice.
And Calgary's new arena is called the Tyler's Future Boudoir Shoot Center. What do we go for?
Eat shit, Flames.
Boudoir.
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 the Eat Shit Flames one.
Talus balls.
Kennedy, you are the tiebreaker.
Eat Shit Flames, it's obvious. Who put that one down?
Dun, dun, dun. Bag Milk wins.
I thought for sure the boudoir shoot. Boudoir shoot was gonna win.
The boudoir shoot would be, as long as we could put it on the side of the arena, you know, just a collection of Tyler's tasteful nudes.
Send emails to Dan at I'm unemployed.
They're more scantily clad
Yeah.
than nude.
Yeah, that is
Thank you,
true.
Kennedy.
There's Kennedy. New game from Kennedy. Nationisms.
Hey,
Brought to you
Kennedy.
by our friends at Greta. If you're talking games, go check out Greta.
Greta,
Under my
Next time-
Greta.
We're at Greta. I challenge you to challenge Liam to Mario Kart.
Yes.
Or Chalmers at the basketball game. Actually, you know what? Challenge Tyler to the basketball game. He takes great pride in his basketball
Be
game.
a
prowess.
gauntlet. You challenge Tyler.
Do an Olympics.
You
Like
make
an
your way
American
over.
gladiator style gauntlet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decathlon.
I'll
Yeah,
just
so
throw
you-
tennis balls at you from across the
Exactly
bar.
what I was thinking.
So you go
Gotta shoot him out of that gun. though.
basketball game,
Mhm.
Mario Kart against me, and then you have to walk to the other side of the bar, and there's Dan waiting on air hockey.
Yep. Like I checked with me to make sure.
Rick can play skee ball,
Yeah, skee ball's great.
and then
a good one.
BM. What one do you want?
I want to throw things at people.
Okay, you could do. Okay, so
Like an American gladiator.
gotcha.
Except I
So
need
there
one,
you go.
like a potato cannon. I'll make it myself.
Do the dragon punch against bag milk.
Yeah.
Bag of milk.
Bag of milk. The dragon punch game. You know, the one where it's just straight up your punch versus theirs. Go.
Quick piece of news here. Sam Gagne is going to make his Condors debut tonight.
Good for him.
Sam Gagne signed a AHL deal with the Condors.
Are the AHL teams doing a frenzy as well? Are they all playing tonight too?
That'd be
This may
great.
seem like a random question. Is there like a lot of people were on PTOs for training camp? Like, is there just a lot of unsigned guys right now?
For the Oilers?
Just in general.
I don't think there's that many left. I think most have kind of gotten their deals.
What are the lines?
Small deals.
Bakersfield.
There's a lot more qualifying offers that did not get offered this year because they're too worried about the
Yeah, the QOs are interesting.
yeah.
Lavoie, Hambling, Griffith, Gagne, Peterson, Borgo. So he's playing top 6. McKegg, Malone, DeJong, Grube, Savoy, Petrov, Deneen, Warner, Gleason, Kemp, Nemo,
Malone's-
Hoffenmeyer.
Greg
Malone's like a
Diek
third
scored a
line. It's
goal
top
on
line.
Saturday.
Let's be
That Niemelainen and Hoffenmeyer pairing might be the longest name pairing in hockey.
Niemelainen, Hoffenmeyer. The law firm of Niemelainen and Hoffenmeyer.
Final thoughts, gentlemen. It's game day. Well, there's a 1-3-1. Big game coming ahead. First one without McDavid.
He's a big one.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
time to go.
Thoughts, Dan?
Just win the hockey game.
That's all you need to say.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Might be onto
Come
something.
on, something. Just win. Tyler, thoughts?
Yeah, I really hope they play good so I'm not miserable.
Amen.
Just fucking win. That's where we're at.
Liam, wrap it up.
Just win, baby.
Amen.
That's from a scout too.
4-2 Oiler win coming up. Lock it in.